Yeah, so I was just mentioning that we all know that even in Bank Nifty, SBI has a good weightage, almost, if I'm not mistaken, closer to 26 odd percent. And we believe that this pair which goes on between the private sector and the PSU in the Bank Nifty, so this is the time there would be some more money coming into the PSU part of it. Though, if you see the last 1800 points in the Bank Nifty has been led more by the private bank. So, as I mentioned, SBI has a potential of good 18 to 20 more rupees, so we're expecting at least a good target close to around with a 540 strike call option, at least a 20 as a target. So that comes to around 574 to 76. But then apart from this, I guess IT is a time, even though Infosys, post result and the 10% down, we have actually seen good volume weighted average price traction in intraday also. There is a possibility the stock might bounce all the way to 1322. So let's say 1240 to 1250 still becomes a buy. Let's say with a stop loss of 1210 and a target of 1320. And in today's trade, I guess cement as a sector, at least Grasim as a stock, has seen renewed buying, and we're expecting that the stock has a potential of a good 28-30 odd percent that comes to at least a short term 2 to 3%. So 1728 becomes a good buy for Grasim with a stop loss of 1710, and we expect a target close to 1750 to 1760 on the stock.
Right, okay, let's get in some BTST trades as well going before we hit closing bell. Kunal, what's on your list?
So a couple of buy calls. RBL Bank stands out to be, more of a repetition from what I discussed last week as well. So would suggest a buy 170 as a revised target. Stop loss trail hard to 145. And the second would be AB Capital. The stock has gone into a very strong breakout. Managed to break past about the 162-63 mark, which was the previous hurdle. So would suggest a buy 170 as a target. Stop loss at 159.
Right. Manoj, what about your BTST ideas?
I guess I'll still go with Reliance. I guess that is one stock has a good potential, and that is a favorite stock when you see an index management happening. I believe there is some money which would come out of the banking and the sector wise, and we would see some money flowing into Reliance. So Reliance becomes a buy. We prefer using a strike call option also, but then we have a good target of around 40 to 60 or rupees with 2450 as a target. Becomes a buy as a BTST as well.
Manoj, I'm not sure if you've taken your view on IT. Is there any stock there that becomes a buy after the correction? Risk reward is favorable on any of the names?
That was for me, you saying?
Yes, Manoj.
Yeah, so as I mentioned, even today, the Infosys, the weighted average price concept works really after a 10% correction. We have seen that 1244 to 46, that becomes a weighted average price of which the buying has come. So, as per derivative, you see a follow up buying coming up every time we see the weighted average price goes right. So, we believe that in Infosys, there is a possibility of 1308 to 1320. So, at 1245 or 1250, the stock price, it still becomes a buy. The stop loss should be 1210 on the stock for the target of 1308.